Our French President Emmanuel Macron said on Thursday at the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi that India and France will work together to build the future of artificial intelligence. Let's have a look.
The future of AI will be built by those who combine innovation and responsibility, technology with humanity. And India and France will help to shape this future together. And the journey has just begun. Europe is not blindly focused on regulation. Europe is a space for innovation and investment, but it is a safe space. And safe spaces win in the long run. I'm sure of that. And we stand ready to take all necessary actions to ensure that our young citizens are truly safe, and wish to engage with all willing partners to make this vision happen for all. And this is a new coalition of willings in order to protect our children and teenagers. Protecting our children is not regulation as well, it is civilization.
Now, artificial intelligence will undoubtedly reshape the workforce, automating some roles, evolving others, and creating entirely new careers. This is according to Google CEO Sundar Pichai, speaking at the India AI Impact Summit 2026. He noted that 2 decades ago, the idea of a professional YouTube creator did not exist. According to him, this makes training very crucial.
Responsibility also means navigating profound economic shifts. AI will undeniably reshape the workforce, automating some roles, evolving others, and creating entirely new careers. 20 years ago, the concept of a professional YouTube creator didn't exist. Today, there are millions around the world. Training is crucial. We have trained 100 million people in digital skills, and our new Google AI professional certificate will help people master AI in their jobs, available globally.
Now, still on the India AI Summit, Sam Altman spoke about artificial intelligence disrupting jobs, the power of GPUs, and the future of human fulfillment. He said technology will reshape work, but humans will remain uniquely driven by empathy and purpose, even as machines outperform them in productivity. Let's have a look.
Seeing what AI is doing for access to high-quality healthcare, education, and more. In the coming years, we expect to see robots make many products and physical goods cheaper as supply chains get automated. The limit to how far this cost reduction can go may only be government policy. But the other side of this coin is that current jobs are going to get disrupted, as AI can do more and more of the things that drive our economy today. It'll be very hard to outwork a GPU in many ways. It'll be easy in some other ways. For example, we really seem hardwired to care about other people much more than we care about machines. We're somewhat less concerned about the long-term future. Technology always disrupts jobs. We always find new and better things to do. The people of 500 years ago would have thought that our current jobs often look silly, like ways to entertain ourselves, create stress. And the people 500 years from now hopefully will look at us, hopefully look to us, like impossibly rich people playing games, trying to find ways to pass their times. But we should all hope that they feel much more fulfilled than we do today. I'm confident we will keep being driven to be useful to each other, to express our creativity, to gain status, to compete, and much more. But the specifics of what we do day to day will probably look very different.
And joining me now to discuss this in more detail is Adewale Yusuf, we CEO of Alt School Africa. Good morning, Adewale. Thank you for joining us on the show today. I know it's still rather early in the day at your end.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, very early for me.
Yeah, you're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Yeah,
well, let's begin with your assessment of international collaboration in artificial intelligence development, such as the partnership between France and India, as we've just seen highlighted by leaders at the ongoing global summit. What are your views on this?
So I think this is an important relationship, and this is a relationship that we'll see more of it, because also when you look at the AI right now, some of the things we are looking at is the talent. So there will be a lot of talent migration. There will also be computing power, and also there will be reduced in duplicating efforts. So these are relationships that is strategic. And when you see the way India has positioned itself on a long time, they position themselves as actually a powerhouse for talent and strategic strategic places for data center and some of the strategic innovation that will power AI. I think this is just a strategic relationship, which is very, very important. And we will see more of it from different other countries.
Right, strategy is certainly always key. We can't underestimate that. Now, the India AI Impact Summit also saw major investments pledged for infrastructure. What metrics would you use to evaluate the potential economic impact of such investments on tech ecosystems generally?
Right now, when you see globally how these AI industries and AI companies are actually raised money. Recently, I think just last week, $30 billion was actually raised by Anthropic, which is one of the leading also AI company. And company like OpenAI has raised over $50 billion. So there are a lot of VC inflow into the AI and some computing power. And I think that will continue for a very long time. And also when it comes to talent and also the way India has positioned itself, India is also trying to share part of that capital. And the next place people are moving to is going to be India. So VC capital for the next 5 years, I think a lot of the capital will be going into the AI. And yeah, it just make a lot of sense to see a lot of automation happen and some of those VC capital happening. Yeah.
Right. Now, speaking of automation, like you mentioned, employment, human capital are right at the center of concerns here. We've seen AI leaders like Sam Altman say that artificial intelligence will impact the job market, but also create new opportunities. How should analysts measure and model the effects of AI on future employment trends, for instance?
I think it would take a while for us to adjust. It would take a while, and the reality is, job will be affected. That's no doubt. But also, more jobs will be created. Strategic jobs will be created. We live in a world. I think it's just human. When you look at human history, when you look at the industrial evolution, from when we start from the train to the steel to automation, we're just entering another phase where it's AI. And recently, I've been having some very deep conversation, and one of the things we realize is what makes sure. How are we sure that we should not even outsource some of the job we're doing to AI? Should machine be doing it? Are we even design? Are we doing the job that we're designed for? But for me, one of the things I just think we need to position ourselves is we need to start from education. We need to start from transformation, and the impact will come. But how quickly we can adjust will make a lot of difference. How quickly we can adjust as a human and also as a system that we built will make a lot of difference.
Right, and certainly enough sensitization would be a core foundation for that to happen. We can't talk about this without touching on the topic of ethics, which has been a core sore point when it comes to the misuse of artificial intelligence generally. What indicators would you include in an AI risk assessment related to social and ethical issues, for instance, misinformation or child protection even?
See, I think that's where I was really, really, really scared because when you look at deepfake right now, deepfake, nothing is getting real. Nothing is like real. You can't trust anything right now. And we are still just at the early stage. Imagine how deepfake it is. Someone can use your image. They can use an image, they can use your voice, they can clone your voice, they can clone your face. You can even do a video call and you will realize like the person they are just using it, it's not the person you wanted to talk to. And also when it comes to child protection, when you comes to it, I think that this is some of the places we are going to see regulation that we need to see regulation come in and support. But the way the things are growing, deep fake right now, you can use anything and do anything. And that's actually my fear with this AI right now. Because before, manipulation, you can also notice them before. But now the line is really blurred. Like it is getting thinner. Like you don't see what is real and what is not real. And I think this is where the government find a way to step in. But for now, I don't... I think with AI developing, most of these threats is going to grow until the government find a way to just step in, and also we have somebody that's just come together and find a way to defend it. Especially, we have some anti deepfake solution that you can use to measure.
Yeah, it is certainly a legitimate concern and fear, like you've mentioned, because we've seen rampant examples of this. But given the emphasis on responsible and human-centric AI at the summit, how can analysts balance innovation goals with responsible use and safety in data-driven projects?
So I think we will see many of this being backed, but the honest truth is at the speed that these things are moving, the bad actors might win in the short term faster than the long term. Because also, carefully, we are kind of looking at, for me personally, I understand we've been looking at the way some of the companies that are producing this too. I don't think they are getting ethic is part of it. When you see also some big player like Google, because they build a brand and also they are closer to the government, so they didn't release some of the tools earlier. But right now, some of these other companies coming from different parts of the world, I'm not trying to single a country out right now. It's so scary, some of the things coming at the end of the day. And some people don't just care about ethics. They don't care about the security. They don't care about it. They just care about the cash that they will generate. And a lot of bad actors are using some of those. So for me, I just think like, as much as we are working, I don't know if we are moving at the speed enough to actually attack some of these problem. And yes, and those are just some of the things I want to do. But I think also we see recently, I was also talking to someone like when you look at companies like Google, for example, they have a power. They build a lot of tools. They have the data to destroy a lot of things and to make a lot of things. But they were not for a very long time. They haven't accelerated. Those things haven't been accelerated. But right now, for competition's sake, you see some of those tools coming up. All right.
All right. Speaking of speed and preparedness, Nigeria signaled some strategic ambitions at the Global AI Summit. What data indicators should be examined in evaluating Nigeria's actual readiness for AI adoption and its impact overall?
So I think number one should be the educating people about the aware and creating awareness on this. The honest truth is, I don't think like it should be around also just setting up another summit, because when you also look at some of these conversations, India just did start today. When you look at automation, one of the countries that a lot of things will, this automation will also impact a lot will be a country like India, because India had positioned themselves as the global outsourcing market, a place where they use human capital. So one of the things we need to do is we need to educate, we need to also understand the alignments, and we need to understand our role. What's our role in these places? For a very long time, I've been saying like, oh, we have cheap labor. Those are some of the things we need to step in. But a country like Nigeria also needs to find the time to actually join the conversation globally. Because when you look at the population, we have the youngest population and we have the youngest growing population, where things will now be questions like, okay, where will the job go? Where will a lot of things go when it comes to the automation? Because for a very long time, our narrative has been, we're a young population, we are there to actually, we're the right people to get the job. But right now, the job is going to AI, is going to automation. Are we also educating our people? Are we positioning ourselves? And for me, I just don't think there should just be one global AI summit that will just come and address it. No, it's fundamental. It's critical more than that. And we need to find a way to now be doing that.
All right. So education, preparedness, and alignment. It sounds like lots of responsibility ahead there. Very insightful indeed. We've unfortunately run out of time, Adewale, but thank you so much for sharing your views and insights on this topic, and we'll see you again very soon.